Hi there, let's talk about the Nikon Z30 today. So I'm vlogging here today. Some people have recently said that if you vlog with the Nikon Z30, you're going to be out of focus.
Camera.
I don't recommend those, no.
And in fact, we own a Z30 that I bought just for the sake of reviewing it.
So your Z30's on the shelf.
You're right, I should have reviewed. I should have made a bad review of it because it's not a good vlogging camera.
Why not? What's going to happen?
You're going to be out of focus.
Just check if I'm in focus or not. I think I'm in focus. And this is a zoom lens. Let me see. Am I in focus? I seem to be surprisingly in focus. So the truth is that there is no focus problem with the Z30. In fact, it is excellent. Just see this. When you zoom in and out on a person like this, so much. Like there's so much movement. Look at this, look at this. This is crazy. When zoom in and out like that and you still don't go out of focus, I think in normal situations, you will just not go out of focus. And that's the point that I want to make about vlogging with this camera. You're not likely to go out of focus. But what are the advantages of shooting with the Z30? Well, first of all, look at the color. Look, I don't have great skin, okay? I don't have great skin. But I get great skin tone every time out of a Z30, out of, in fact, any Nikon Z camera. And therefore, for quick everyday shooting, I don't want to bother much about getting my color corrected, editing, a lot of effort. I don't want to do that. I want to focus on the content. So if I want to do that, I want straight out of camera, great image quality, straight out of camera. And for that, the Nikon Z30 is amazing. I can see that I'm recording because there's a, there's something that's, you can see that is recording light. It's called tally light. So it shows that you're recording and the recording is on. Let me show you how well it focuses. There's absolutely no problem. Now there is no focus box. Okay? And I'm still going forward, coming back. It's doing a great job of focusing. So beautiful. So I don't understand. Absolutely fine, no problem at all. When it comes to photography, these bunch of pictures were taken in pretty low light, and except one, all of them are actually in focus. Now, one more great thing about the Nikon Z30 is just the array of very affordable, very high quality lenses. I am shooting on this Z mount DX1228 f 3.5 to 5.6 VR lens, meaning that this lens has stabilization built in the lens. So you can see the stability. This is quite stable. You're not getting a very shaky footage. I'm walking. I'm not trying to be particularly stable really. I'm just walking honestly very casually, and I'm talking to you through the camera, and I'm not seeing a lot of shake. I'm seeing normal organic shake, something that's fine. I'm not seeing jitters. Okay, so that's something to remember. This is a great lens to vlog with the Z30. Now, what else do you have? You have the very nice 24 1.7 lens that Nikon launched just a few months back. I think just a few weeks back, and that's a great lens. It's a nice lens. 35mm full frame focal length, 1.7 is quite fast. So you can shoot in low light, it's great for portraiture. Nice. This is the DX24 1.7 lens that I talked about. It's a nice and flat lens. As you can see, this almost levels up with its grip, almost. Not exactly, but almost. It's a very nice and light lens. I think it's less than 200 grams in weight. It's quite affordable as well. This is, I think, almost just about 350 or 400 US dollars. This is very affordable. It's a very simple lens. It's a plastic mount lens. Here you go, with a very useful focal length of about 35-36 millimeter in full frame terms. 1.7 will let a lot of light in, so that's great as well. Out of focus. I'll do a review of this lens, so look forward to that. This is the 12 to 28 PZ lens. If you learn how to use a Z30, this is going to be in focus 100% of the time. Now this lens is what I was shooting the rest of the vlog with. This is a great lens. It's an internal zooming lens, okay? So it has a full frame equivalence of 18mm to 42mm. It's all internally zoomed. I've done a review of this lens. I'll put the link below somewhere. This lens has got an inbuilt optical vibration reduction system. It's also power zoom lens, meaning so you can map the zoom function to one of the buttons, for example, some of the front function buttons, and then just press and hold the lens will zoom like this, okay? And you can also control the zoom speed. And now apart from that, you have the Viltrox lenses, right? You have other lenses, the full frame lenses on the Z mount to mount on this lens. You have, of course, Viltrox lenses. And you know what, you can, if you're coming from Sony, you can actually use the Sony lenses and adapt them through an adapter on the Z mount. So I have, for example, the 11mm 1.8 from Sony. I'll show you that lens, and I often do actually vlog with that lens as well. Now here I'm shooting on the Sony A7 IV with this crop sensor lens on the body. The crop sensor lens is Sony 11mm 1.8. Now this is a very interesting lens. It's a very wide lens. It gives you almost 19 mm field of view, almost 16 mm field of view, which is really, really nice. And as you can see, this is quite low light. Almost this is almost 7 a.m. in August in India, so it's quite low light. But okay, now you see I have got this face skin smoothing thing on. Now I don't know if you notice closely, you will see one strange thing, something I don't like about the Sony. If you look at the skin smoothing, it makes me look artificial. It looks like as if there's a layer of butter on my skin to just smoothen it. It doesn't look natural, it looks a bit artificial to me. Now what you can do on the Nikon Z30 is you can go inside the menu and reduce contrast, clarity, and also sharpening, especially mid-range sharpening. That will give you a natural, unsharpened look where you don't see all your pores. I mean, you see them, but it doesn't look like as if they've been artificially removed from your face. So it looks very organic and nice and natural. At the same time, you look great. All you have to do is go inside the I button and then go and choose set picture control. Inside the picture control, you can choose anything. You can choose standard, neutral, vivid. I was actually shooting in standard. You have to click on the down arrow. Once you click on the down arrow, you go inside the profile. I'm inside standard profile. See, I have taken sharpening down to -1 almost, right? And then mid-range sharpening is again -1 or -2. I think -2. Clarity is at -3 or 4. Contrast, I've just reduced contrast down to -3. And so all those things, the saturation is slightly higher. So this setting really helped me get a very nice smooth image on the Nikon Z30. So guys, if you like this video, please do me a favor, subscribe and support this channel. Help me move the numbers to 5,000, towards 5,000 subscriber base as soon as possible. Coming back to the Z30, you saw that overall it's a comprehensive camera. This is probably my third or fourth video on talking about this camera, and that is because I absolutely loved it. This camera has never failed me. This is a compact camera that's very, very reliable. It does the job very well. I'm recording on a Z30 right now. This is a Z30. In fact, I'm right now using the Sony 11mm 1.8 adapted to the Z30. And here I have this another Z30 with that 12 to 18 DX lens, right? And I have shown the pictures that I shot, the stills that I shot were actually with the 24mm 1.8. So that's where I'm going to leave you today. I'm going to see you very soon with another video.